Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4 Black Ice with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Turkey. So, we're continuing with the build-up. Even in the year 1937. So we recently finished yet another technology that's helping us with production efficiency. Namely, I think we finished the improved machine tools. Am I correct in that? Yes, I am correct in that. So the production efficiency is continuously increasing. We've also started producing the mortars, which is really good. I'm not sure, are we short on steel? We are short on steel. Let us... Could we maybe import from Japan? And not from you? Would that work? 10. I think we're gonna get more... No, we're not. I'm thinking whether or not we should import this much steel. It's actually kind of an overkill, but we're gonna get more factories eventually. How and when? Because right now we could maybe go without export metals. And then we're gonna get to the oil. The ones will go here, which will be additional for... Okay, then it's gonna make sense. For now, I'll just kill it. We're just gonna go with this, because the two steel that we need are only gonna hurt the subs. And it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, the lack of resources is only giving us a mild inefficiency. Alright, still, we have finished the technology and now we need to decide what we're gonna do next. Now we're working on the construction too. The option would be civilian works, because I would like that stability boost. Civilian factory and then the same thing over here, which gives you more civilian factories, but then also the recruitable population boost, which is quite a nice thing to have. Or we could go with something here. I'm not really sure. The question is how many farms we have. We're importing 20. Because I mean, I'm really not happy with building more farms, but producing more food, will make it much easier for us in the long run. These ones take 104 days, 260. We'll need some of these though eventually. We'll also need the rubber processing. We'll get from refineries and synthetic rubber. Could get improved electrical grid. That one is really good. Or EU. That one is ahead of time. We're also thinking about the steel production. An input for steel. There's so many things that would be nice. But what's gonna help us right now? None of these really. Fuel gain per oil might. Energy might as well, but neither one is pressing. These ones would. This would allow us to get... I'm confused. There's a lot of things. You know what, let's go with military production. That one is going to help us immediately, then we're going to go towards the more complicated ones. But we'll need the factories, skills and training as well. What's going to be nice segue. By expanding our industrial capacity and centralizing military procurement, we will lay the foundation for scale arms production, standardized assembly process, and improved supply chain management, which will allow us to manufacture equipment more efficiently, ensuring a steady flow of weapons, vehicles, and supplies to our forces. Alright. Now, considering we're producing the what was it? Yamur? Yes, Yamur mortars. Thinking we might already put them on special battalions, on the mobile battalions, just so that we get that out of the way. Just gonna make them stronger. And okay, working on the chromium instead. That's really not good, but this will be. That's what we're going. And then the new and the privatized petroleum. Oh snap! We can do the unforeseen consequences. Japan. Come on, we need it just a little bit higher. It will cancel if the requirements are no longer met. That sucks, because it might just drop a little bit lower and we're boned. And it's dropping by 0.5 per month. El Salvador resigns from the League of Nations. And 1937 started so well for the League, but it was only until July when more bad news for the League of Nations arrived, as El Salvador declared their resignation of the League. It is safe to assume they did so due to similar reasons as their Latin American neighbors before them. And the question is, what do we do next? Just thinking about adding a second theorist. Which might be a good idea. So let's go with that next. Or we might... Well, we can no longer expand that actually. Yeah, I think if we... Portugal breaks diplomatic relations with Czechoslovakia. Really? Portugal broke diplomatic relations with Czechoslovakia due to a dispute over guns for rearmament. The tensions arose due to Czechoslovakia's unwillingness to supply weapons to Portugal, which was seeking to rearm itself. This led to the breakdown of diplomatic relations between the two countries. Both sides have accused the other of breaking past agreements. Interesting. Well, how long does the unforeseen consequences? 30 days. Is it worth trying? Well, we got 0.2 extra, so the chances that we might make it. If it's gonna cancel, it's gonna cancel on 1st of September, so we'll see. We'll try it. You know, we won't get back the points. Actually, I don't have to. I can wait, because we can save up to 10 days. So we'll see if it's still available on... Yeah, I guess that makes sense. We can wait. If it's still available on 1st of September, then we can go with it. Strategy, guys. Technologia. 273. That should be relatively quick. Same with artillery. Yeah, 55 days. And with all these army experiences, I think we might start 8.5, and you are 7. Alright, it would make sense to have the motorized support, anti-tank would also help. Motorized engineers. Else Forest Jungle. Man, we might have to motorize these units, which sucks because I need to start producing trucks. But not doing. I mean, you know, it's not going to be that big of a deal. It's not going to be that big of a deal because we can literally just produce a couple. But it will still require us to produce those. And we really need to start looking at... Imported aircraft has arrived. Load order of battle. Purchase. 20 export versions of the Martin B-10 have arrived. Alright. That's interesting. So we're missing more aluminum and more steel now. We're missing even a little bit here for the top rocks. We're missing one? Looks that way. Alright. It's September. Is it still available? It is! Let's get it. So, a little bit of a side step, but an extra research slot. That is more than worth it. Alright, you guys are working on these civilian factories. Energy is fine. So this is good. The armored car is gonna be nice. 49 days. The Great Hong Kong Typhoon. The 1947 Hong Kong Typhoon was an unnamed typhoon in Hong Kong in 2nd of September 1937. It was one of the worst typhoons in Hong Kong history, killing 11,000 people. In Macau, 21 people died. Victoria Harbour at the time was... Oh god, this is such a mess. Victoria Harbour at the time was always busy with sampans, junks, ferries, cargo ships, ocean liners, yachts, and warships. The typhoon wave was so strong that observatory instruments capable of registering winds up to 125 miles per hour broke down. Hong Kong Observatory have since recorded the wind with a mean hourly wind average of 59 knots, 68 miles per hour, or 109 kilometers. A 10-minute mean wind of 74 knots, 85 miles per hour, or 147 kilometers per hour. The maximum gust was 130 knots, 149 miles, 240 kilometers per hour. The piston of the anemometer hit the stop at 130 knots, which is 240 kilometers per hour, and the true maximum gust could not be recorded. The typhoon was so powerful that it caused a 9.1 meter tidal wave that swept through the villages of Taipo and Shatin. The villages suffered massive damage and many fatalities. And Beijing has fallen. After intense fighting, the garrison of Beijing Tianjin yesterday officially surrendered to the Japanese army. The offense was first concentrated on Nanyuan barracks, with a secondary attack on Beiyuan north of Beijing. Soldiers from both sides fought with great determination and positions changed hands several times. In the end, the outcome was severely altered by Chinese traitor Yu Pan, who relayed Chinese troops' deployment and plans for a counter-offensive to the Japanese. With an ambush near Tuanhe, the Japanese managed to destroy numerous Chinese regiments. The Nanyuan barracks were surrounded by a brick wall, and the first line of Chinese defense was set right outside it. At dawn, the Japanese artillery turned the brick wall into debris, and soldiers from the 3rd Battalion CGA 1st Infantry Regiment, under the command of Ichiki, charged into the weakest spot of the Chinese line, where student soldiers were positioned. The regiment included 1,700 students from local universities and high schools who were receiving military training at the time. Mostly teenagers, they had been given their rifles a few hours earlier. The Japanese, thinking that they could capture the barracks easily, were greatly surprised by their opponents' dogged determination later in the fight. As the Japanese poured into Chinese trenches, a hand-to-hand melee broke out between the opposing forces. The students fought desperately but were no match for the Japanese soldiers, who were masters of close combat. Although the Chinese managed to hold their position with great determination, the cost was devastating. The student soldiers lost 10 of their number for every Japanese soldier killed or wounded. The tremendous sacrifice of the Chinese students stopped the Japanese only for a few hours. With the stronghold of Nanyuan lost, General Song acknowledged that the battle was as good as lost and any further resistance would be futile. The Generalissimo also noted the gravity of the situation and ordered Song to withdraw. By nightfall, Song abandoned Beijing and withdrew the bulk of his army to Baoding. So, Japan is on the march. Yeah, they're moving. But no other naval invasions are happening, so it's just gonna be a one-front fight. Let's see how Japanese AI is gonna perform. Bluden Conference. The first Pan-Arabic summit, known as the Bluden Conference of 1947 or Al-Mutamar Al-Arabi Al-Kafmi fi Bludan in Arabic, took place on September 8th in Bludan, Syria. In response to the Peel Commission's recommendation to divide Palestine, which was then under British administration, into Arab and Jewish states, the Arab Higher Committee held the conference. The attending delegates rejected the Peel Commission's recommendation, but were generally in favor of the 1936 Arab uprising in Palestine against the British government and increasing Jewish immigration to Palestine. The Bluden Conference was significant historically because it represented the first time that Arabs as a whole expressed worry about the Zionist project. Alright. Good. We're almost there. Just a little bit more. Neon Conference. World tension is decreased by 1. Held in Switzerland to address Italian attacking on international shipping. Has Italy gone too far with their unrestricted submarine warfare, or should we let it slide? Italian dictator Benito Mussolini has denied any allegations to these claims and state that they are pirates, not Italians. 8 countries participate in this conference, those being Egypt, France, UK, Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey and Greece. France and the UK will patrol the Western Mediterranean and the other signatories shall patrol their own waters. Navy experience plus 2. So you have 12 days for this one and will be done in 9 days. Alright, so that's good. We can finish it before we ultimately have to decrease the world tensions. Oh no! It actually cancelled on its own, god damn it. We were so close. We were so close. And we lost that entire time to... Damn it, game. Alright, export medals. Waste of time and space. Alright, mass media are done, which further increase our political power gain. And we can next go and look at some other technologies. Atomic research will give us a boost, but that one is not worth it. Alright, let's look a little bit at that resource manufacturing. Iron, steel output, steel production output. Alright, I think at this point it makes sense because we got 6 steel mills, so that is 12 extra steel from this technology, and it will reduce the amount of iron we need also. By researching and developing improvements of the smelting process of iron, we can produce the same amount of steel by using less iron ore. Alright. Man, I knew that it wouldn't happen. That is just so bad. I'm just so mad about that. Alright. Anything here? You're actually pretty good about your opposition. Research speed, political power gain, decryption. Schemer. Alright, so we finished the factories. Experimental facility. We might need to build this one. I actually don't know how it works in the mod. Electronics. Current progress. We need it for the computing machine. I'm not entirely sold on building that right now. Food storage. Anti-air. Let's just build more of these. I mean, they do not hurt us, we're just making our economy stronger, so it always makes sense. Now let's get the other theorist here. Command doctrines or defensive doctrines. So let's go with the command ones. It holds the military leader cost, which is good for us. Alright, so now we're getting 0.16 daily. Military parade in Ankara, that doesn't sound all that enticing. So instead, let's look at you guys. So you're reading an infantry army. Division attrition, guerrilla fighter. Alright, I guess improv expert is the right one. Same for you? No, you are a commando. Skirmisher. Alright, I'll take that. No, what about you? No, not you. You, do you have... You don't have anything. That actually sucks, but you're a Hellfighter 3. So at least that is something that is good for us. And we're not completely removed from the world. And how's the production? Yeah, we have a really decent production growth. So, you know, the numbers are looking really nice. Alright, so we finished research on the machine gun. I'm not gonna put it into production now. Mostly because we can't. We don't have any factories anyway, but the warfare. This is the motorized. This is the recon. Anything else here? Not really here. Not really here. I mean, at this point it would probably make sense to get the infantry gun. So let's get that one. Because it's gonna be only 85 days and then we can actually research something that's not ahead of time. Alright, here we go with the machine guns. That's the same thing. Alright, now infantry will need that as well, and that's gonna be the fun part, because we will need a couple thousand. Alright, the economy is getting a little bit stronger. Export metals, come on. Come on, come on, and there's a research bonus for us. So we have +3 to research, which is decent. can't say it isn't. After we're done with export metals, we can go and get this one, invest in Western Anatolia. And now we can do this one again. Really? Really? Alright, and we finished the armored car 1. And we can start looking at armored car 2. On that note, I'm going to end the episode here. We're doing good. We're doing good. Factors increasing political power. Arm experience. Everything is looking good. Except for the war support. That one we really need to address. But no lack of fuel or food. Yeah, I think we're doing pretty good. So, I'll see you in the next episode with export metals.